Hi friends, in this video we're going to talk about how to create a self-signed SSL certificate with OpenSSL very easily. You can see the whole content of this video is present in this blog post. I will leave the link of this blog post in the description of this video. So please be sure to check out the link of the blog post in the description. So what is a self-signed certificate? It's basically an SSL certificate created by you and it's not signed by a certification authority. Generally, we create self-signed certificates for development and testing environments. When you create a self-signed certificate, you need two things. One is the certificate and the private key. So this cert.pem contains the certificate details and key.pem is the private key. A PFX file contains the information about both this key file and the certificate file. So if you have one PFX file, it contains both the private key and certificate. So by the end of this video, we will create these three files. So to summarize, cert.pem is a certificate file and it contains information like organizational unit, website, email, etc. And key.pem contains the private key. And if you create a PFX file, it will contain both the certificate and private key information in it. So how are we creating a self-signed certificate? In this video, we're going to use OpenSSL. OpenSSL is an open source and a very famous cryptography toolkit. So how to install OpenSSL? It's really easy. Either you go to this site and install OpenSSL by downloading the exe file or installer, or else what I personally do is, if you have Git already installed, OpenSSL comes built in with Git bash. If you are in a Debian based or Linux operating system, you can just say sudo apt install OpenSSL libssl-dev and OpenSSL will be available in your command line. Since we are using a Windows machine, I have already installed Git on my machine, and if I open Git bash, I don't need to install OpenSSL separately. It's already installed. I can just verify that using OpenSSL version. So my OpenSSL is 3.2.4. So I did not do anything. OpenSSL comes inbuilt with Git bash. Now let's run a command to create the certificate and private key files. The command is pretty simple. This is the command. So let's try to see what it does. OpenSSL request creates the certificate request or certificate files, and I'm telling -x509, that means the certificate type is x509, and I'm telling new key RSA 4096, that means you'll create a new private key with RSA encryption of 4096 bits, and the key would be output into a file called key.pem, and the certificate would be output into a file called cert.pem, and the digest would be SHA-256 type, and the certificate will expire in 365 days. So this is basically the command you can run to create the certificate and key files. So let's try to copy this command. In fact, let's try to delete the existing files. And now let me try to open Git bash here. So I opened this folder in my Git bash, and let's try to run the command here. So if I run this, it's going to ask me a question. It's going to ask me the password of the key file. So I'm going to write the password as 1234, and it's asking me to re-enter the password. And now it's asking me the questions about the certificate. So what's the country name? What's the state? What's the city? What's the organization name? What's the organizational unit? What's the common name? What's the email address? And after asking all the questions, the certificate file is also generated as cert.pem. Now we got our key.pem and cert.pem. Key.pem will contain the private key. Cert.pem will contain the information about the certificate. Once you have the certificate file and the private key file, you can generate a PFX file out of it. This is the command for that. OpenSSL pkcs12 will generate the PFX file, and export out certificate.pfx is basically the path of the file. So I will generate certificate.pfx file, and the input private key is in-key.pem, and the input certificate file is cert.pem. So let's try to copy this command, and in the same folder where I have both the certificate and key files, I'm going to paste this command, and if I run this, it's asking for the key file password. So I'm going to write the password 1234, and it's asking for an export password. That means your PFX file will also be protected by a password. So I'm going to create a password for this, something like 5678. It's asking to re-enter the PFX password. So I'm going to say 5678. and you got the certificate.pfx file. So ultimately, just by running 2 commands, I was able to create the certificate file and the private key file, and using these 2 files I was able to create a pfx file. So let's try to see how the key.pem file looks like. So I'm going to right click and edit in Notepad. So you have a section begin encrypted private key and end encrypted private key, and this section contains the whole private key. Now let's see what is there in the cert.pem file. Edit in Notepad. Here you have the begin certificate section which ends as end certificate, and the whole section contains the certificate information. The pfx file is not like plain text files like key and cert files. You can in fact right click and edit in Notepad. You can see it's not plain text. So to see the certificate information, you can either import it or you can run a command. So to check the pfx contents in the command line, you can say OpenSSL pkcs12 info and the input is certificate.pfx. So let's try to copy this command. I opened git bash in the certificate files folder, and I'm going to paste the command here, and if I run the command, it's asking me the import password, which is basically the pfx password, which was 5678. And then to show the private key, it's even asking the private key password. The private key password was 1234. Again it's asking the password 1234. Now I'm able to see the private key also. So here in the command output, you can verify the inputs we have given while creating the certificate. The country is India, state, location, organization, organizational unit, the common name, the email address, all these were given while creating the certificate, and we're able to see that they are intact, and we're able to see the certificate content, the private key, etc. So by using this OpenSSL command, you can see the pfx file contents in command line. So that's it guys. This is how easily you can create a self-signed certificate using OpenSSL. Please be sure to check out the link of this blog post in the description of this video. I have given the commands and examples so that you can easily do it in your computer. I have also given you the references to the OpenSSL documentation, so please check those links to do further reading. Please ask questions or post your valuable feedback in the comment section. Hope you like this video guys. Thank you for watching. Peace.